watching one of my favorite YouTube channels and doing a little research. So if you invested in the S&P 500 index in 1968, the value was 96.47 because $100 invested or $10,000 invested with dividends reinvested would have grown to $15,174. But invested in ICA would have grown to $18,333. If you invested on December 31st, 1999, and were worried about Y2K, but then looked at your portfolio at the end of 10 years, if you invested in the S&P, your 10,000 would be worth 11,409, only 1.7% per year. The S&P was flat over that period of time, but reinvesting dividends means you made 1.7%. But if you invested in ICA, through that lost decade, your fund would have been worth $14,537, an average of 4.8. In other words, what CDs would have done. The potential for gains is much larger in this fund. What if you expand it to, instead of 10 years, 1-year periods? So 1-year periods, 2/3 of the time made money, even after paying a 5.75% maximum load. Most people pay a lot less because they invest more than $100,000, at which point it'll only be 3.5%. But you can see over 3-year periods, it's now positive 87%, 5-year periods 93%. And there has never been a 10-year period where this fund had less in it than when you started. That's equity investing. One more. This shows the value of dividends over time. If you invested $1,000 when this fund was launched in January of 34, by 1990 you'd have $1 million of dividends. That's just dividends, plus the value of the account. By the end of 2023, $1,000 would be worth $26.7 million. I'm sorry, that's just the dividends. The value of reinvesting your dividends would be $24 million. Dividends are important.